Apparently have a beautiful sunset, sunrise. And we are driving directly to it, so here in a while the sun will just, you know, right in our face, saying good morning. Just above freezing outside, 2-3 degrees. So it's a cold one this morning. Nice clear air. The last day before the weekend. So what's not to like? I really like the mornings better than, you know, during the day. It's more, you get this cozy feeling inside the cab with the lights around you and the heat going and everything. And the coffee. One will be number 900. So now we only need 9,108. Just before it's going to show itself over the tree line, the sun. Going to be beautiful today. Just saw a big boat over there going out from the harbor. All types of rock, granite and stone and road building materials are being shipped into the port. Also steel and wood are coming in over here, so a lot of ship traffic, boat traffic. I think they have about 2.5 a day boat turnaround. I believe it's around 500 a year. 600 maybe. So it's got 1.56 arrivals each year. all this area that we are draining is going to be the new area for the harbor, because they're going to move the harbor away from the city center, and the old harbor area is going to be the new city center for all the posh people. City development, they call it. I think it's more like a waste of money. You know, everybody's talking about the water level is rising in the world, right? So why do you want to build more houses at the waterfront? It makes no sense to me. Already here in this city, if the water goes below or above 2 meters normal height, the streets are flooded. Oh yeah, let's go build there. That makes perfect sense. Actually pretty big boat. I think it's carrying around 3,000 tons of material. I think I'm about to get blinded about the sun. Just a second it pops up over the trees out there. Then I think it's time for me to turn this boat around, go the other way. I really do love the sun and the sunlight, but this time of year, when it just peeks over the horizon, it just hits you right in the face. Ooh, it's bright. Just need 20 more here, and then I'll go the other way, and hopefully it will be before the sun hits me right in the face. I just need to get the sunlight, you know, 2 hours more up in the air. bet all you can see is my dirty windshield. I see it too. I do. out on the chain. I have some marks where I stop, that that marks the depth that I'm going. But when I get the sun in the face, it's not that easy to see. Fireball in the sky. This is the part of this job that makes it all, worthwhile. Imagine being in an office and missing out on stuff like this. Change it a thing. But in a month I'll be stuck inside the city with this machine doing sewer line work in depth up to 5.5 meters in a narrow street with sidewalks and everything. That's going to be a lot of fun. At least that's what I hear they are planning for me. We are done here, converting it back to an excavator, and then we go to the city center. Start having some fun. Make some chaos and traffic. So, the last 4, then we go the other way with the sun in our back. Then the next issue comes when we turn around. The sunlight hits the screen of the GPS. Then I don't see where I go again. So this way I can't see how deep I go. The other way I can't see where the marks are. That's the trouble of having a transportable office with windows all around. It's hard to get the shades in place for your computer screens and stuff. But it is what it is. Still enjoying it. Now I'll jump over there. I'll just make sure he knows what I'm doing before I move. Drive right out to the edge and turn the tracks. estimating where I need to go for me to follow the lines. I'm a bit too far off to the right, but we'll just adjust it as we go. This mark here, this line here, needs to go on the right side or the inside of my tracks. Then I'm centered over the 4 lines that I'm following. We'll adjust that as we go. Continue with this awesome piece of work for the next 7 hours. 8. There is another boat going out of the harbor. The river goes directly through, and then on the run side you have like a Y shape up, so you have 2 harbor areas, and they have to reverse out of the inlet and then spin it around. And when they spin it around, the front and the rear of the boat actually almost touches each side. That's not enough room for them. But yeah, and we are also turning around again. It's time to go face the sunlight. If you look closely, right there, this chain, it's not supposed to be there. So the issue is the chain broke in top. Luckily for us, we were able to drive it up with only 1 chain connected to the needle. So we have to go up and put it down and then reattach it all. The joys of life. So here we are. Broke down. Here's the missing piece. That's the part that broke off. It was supposed to be attached here at that hole up there, like this on this side. This piece of metal, this slit, it's what's you know, travels up and down. This track over here is where it rides, and it's supposed to be attached like this, but it's not anymore. So now we have to get it all pulled up in the top and reattached, and then the tricky part is getting it synchronized again, so you have the same length on the right and the left set of chains. And that's the fun part. I'm not sure how we're gonna do that yet, but we'll figure it out somehow, because when it all came undone, it all fell down, and at the bottom where the sprocket is, it's no longer attached. You can see it's all curled up down here. So yeah, oh, the joys of life. So we got it all back together. covered in oil and grease and stuff like that. But the rest of the day went with all that. Reattaching that chain and get it all back in working conditions. But now that is taken care of, and we'll be continuing on Monday. I am almost at home now. And then I remembered I gotta say goodbye to you. And one of the reasons I was so late fixing the machine is I was waiting for the mechanics for the part, and we had a bit of an issue at another job site. We had a small Komatsu 5 tons, a mini excavator. The stick broke, literally broke in half. All around the weld at the top point where it mounts to the boom, ripped off. Never seen that one before. Now we do. So they were out trying to fix that as well, or at least figure out what to do with it. I think it's just one thing to do, and that's order a new piece. Nothing else to do about that. But yeah, I am arriving at home. No wind out here. The water's just like a mirror. But everybody, will see you at a Monday again, so have a good weekend.